This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Joe Longo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you maybe someone that had tried yoga and hated it? Well, I've got something for you today. We've got an instructor that might be able to change that for you. So today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Lisa Molendini, or Lisa Mo, to keep it nice and easy. And she's here. We're going to chat about yoga and all the things. Lisa, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing okay. Thanks so much for having me here. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here, that you're with us, and we really jump into things here on the Good Neighbor Podcast. I would love it if you could tell us about your business, about what you do, and anything you feel the listeners should know.
All the things. Yes,
Mhm.
awesome. Well, I guess first and foremost, I'm a yoga teacher. I teach, I don't have a brick and mortar. I'm kind of freelance. I can be found anywhere in Northeast PA, I feel at this point, right? You can find me probably anywhere from Clark Summit to Northern Schuylkill County at this point. Um,
Mhm.
so I love that about where I'm at right now, is that I have all these awesome little micro communities all over the place. And with that, I do teach in some more traditional yoga spaces and gyms and whatnot, but I also like to bring what I offer to non-traditional yoga spaces like art galleries or um, wineries or any kind of experience, right? So I love to collaborate with that. um
Mhm.
yeah, for sure.
So it sounds like you're really bringing yoga experiences to the people, which is very
I
interesting.
think it is very um intimidating for people to walk into a gym or a yoga studio for any multitude of reasons, and sometimes meeting them where they're at is a really great way to make it, a little more fun, a little more palatable, a little more of an experience, and maybe they become a student at like a regular good old fashioned yoga class. And maybe they take the Instagram picture and check it off their bingo card and that's that. But like either way, I think that's a good thing.
That's awesome. So, how did you first get into yoga? And then how did you get into bringing it this way, the way that you bring it?
Well, this is actually one of my favorite stories. So when I was a sophomore in college, my roommate and I saw a flyer for yoga club, and it
Mm.
happened to be downstairs in the building that we lived in. And I perhaps, in order to procrastinate homework, we decided we were going to go to yoga club.
Mhm.
And I think it was just like another student that liked yoga. She maybe watched a DVD. YouTube wasn't really a thing at that point,
Mhm.
and I kind of liked it, and my brain said, "Oh, this is I like this," right? And like whatever, kept it in my back pocket. And then I graduated into the recession, so I moved back home to Northeast PA, which was not necessarily the plan at first, but that led me to a bunch of random jobs that high stress, low reward jobs, and which found me going to yoga afterwards.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, one thing led to another, and after a while, it becomes you should do teacher training, and then it becomes, oh, I like this, and then it's like, oh, you should do another one, and yeah, so that's the that's the nutshell of how that happened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I guess starting, I mean, first starting, I that's where I kind of I think the first place I really taught was at an art gallery, at the
Mhm.
art center in Hazleton, just really like needing a venue,
Mhm.
right? And through kind of being in that right, like that non-traditional gym or exercise or yoga space, I kind of noticed that like a lot of the people that were coming probably wouldn't show up on the doorstep of a place like that for any
Mhm.
right, for any multiple reason. Um, and then it just kind of became a thing. and just took off from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think it's great to try something, be like, oh, there's something here, and then create it and bring it and make it your own. And you really do that from everything that I see you putting out there. You looks like you have taught yoga in a little bit of everywhere, like you said, from farms to art
All
galleries
the
to
places.
I believe a flower store.
Yes, that one's actually coming up, and we do still have room. I'm very excited for that. It's at Smith Floral, so we do our yoga in the aisles of the greenhouse, like amongst the flowers. It's very special. And then after class,
Mhm.
we get to make a planter to take home as well. Last year
Ah,
it was in a herb garden, so you could take one for your kitchen.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what have you maybe found in doing this that are some misconceptions about, and I don't even want to say yoga, but maybe some misconceptions about the way that you're bringing it to the world?
Um, yeah, I mean, and I'm sure you could say this with any industry, right? Sometimes people try something one time, it's not the right person, the right place, the right time for them, right? And they are maybe a little put off, right?
Mhm.
But I mean, there's always the opportunity to can always give something a second chance, right?
Right.
I kind of joke, that people get nervous, they're gonna like do things wrong, or like I'm not a militant, like you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Mhm.
not like that. Like, the yoga police are not coming. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen today. Like, we will do our best to like keep this as authentic as we can. But at the end of the day, like you're doing something for yourself, and therefore you win,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. I love reminding my students as well that the yoga police are
Yeah,
not here and they will not be showing
yeah.
up
They,
today.
they would have taken me away long ago and like put me in a sack and taken me to wherever bad yoga teachers go, right? Like, it'll be all right. It's gonna be fine.
So with every business, right, brick and mortar or just floating around freelancing, creating these events, marketing is really the heart of the business. So what are you doing to target your customers and how are you attracting them?
Oof, it's a bear, and
Hmm.
I mean, and people not to be some sort of way, but people often say, "Oh, I see you everywhere. Like you're so good at this." And like I'm just blessed that like I have a communications major. I studied PR in school, advertising. Like if I did not already bring that piece to the table, I would be dead in the water.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, that's just how it is. However, I will say that I mean, when I was in school, Facebook was a baby, right? It was get off Facebook and do your homework. And now
Hmm.
you could probably major in the thing, right?
Hmm.
So and they changed all the time. Right? You
Right.
find out what works, and 2 weeks later, you log in and it's different. So yeah, I'm just kinda out there trying my best
Uh-huh.
to just scream into the void, if you will,
Hmm.
of
Right.
social media. I mean, when I get someone new, I kinda ask, like, how did they hear about me? And 9 times out of 10, it is Facebook,
Hmm.
Instagram some, and I do, I have an email community
Hmm.
and,
Hmm.
all the things, but and word of mouth, like, honestly, it's like people bring a friend a lot of the
Hmm.
times, and I think an advantage of being at many like multiple different locations is like sometimes people, will get introduced to you somewhere and like all of a sudden you see them over here or vice versa or like, oh, this girl teaches here. I see that she's doing something at the florist, like maybe right. It's just a big, you know,
A
it's that
bunch of everything. Yeah.
right. And so yeah, it's like a cycle. A
Mhm.
cycle
And
of
and speaking of the bunch of everything, have you ever thought about this, sitting behind the microphone and talking about yoga?
I did radio, and for a while in college, actually.
Mhm.
So it's different, but, usually there's no one talking back to you on the radio, hopefully. Um, right? Would be fun. I wouldn't hate it. I
Right, right.
I never run out of things to say, that's for sure, so
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things, there's just a new outlet again for the business owner, the entrepreneur to get themselves out there and, in multiple ways. How about outside of or off the yoga mat? What are you doing for fun when you're not jumping from studio to
right,
studio, from venue to venue?
in the
What's
car.
fun?
Um, I love to read. I know that's, like, one of those nerdy things, and not in, like, the, like, aesthetic, like book talk, Gen
Uh-huh.
Z. I like to read just like I'm a nerd, and I'm like, yeah, I love to just be outdoors, hang out with my dog. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just kind of low key. I feel like I'm a what do they call it? Like extroverted introvert, right? So like I'm out in the world, like doing all the things, and then like I'm like, okay, I'm in for the day. This is awesome, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I mean, I also love to. I mean, it's kind of like yoga adjacent, but I like to. My idea of like going on a vacation or for the weekend, I do a lot of festivals,
mhm.
yoga slash, blah blah blah, fill in the blank festivals. So that's kind of fun for me as well, and that's about to start for the season. So yeah,
Mhm.
out
Yeah,
there.
that's
Connecticut,
fun.
Delaware, Vermont, all the places, several in NEPA. So
Mhm.
yeah, 'tis the
Mhm.
season.
It is definitely rolling into,
Ooh.
to festival season as well. So,
Mhm.
if you can tell our listeners one thing that they should remember about Lisa Moe and her yoga.
Um, this is for everyone.
This is for
This is for everyone.
everybody.
Yoga is for everyone, and I do believe that if you have tried it and you thought it wasn't for you, you just try it again. A different
Mhm.
style, a different teacher, a different place. Um, Yeah. Um, I am also a huge advocate for adaptive and accessible yoga. So I teach a lot of people with neurodiverse needs, both in person and online. And I recently finished a course in presenting the practice to wheelchair users and folks with limited mobility. So if that is you, or if you work with that population and you would like to add that as a piece, um, definitely. I would love to connect for sure.
Yes. And you led right into our next question. Where can our listeners find you, learn more about you, connect with you?
Sure. Well, I'm Lisa Mo Yoga on all the things on your
Mhm.
your favorite social media. And I have like that link tree and bio thing. And
Mhm.
if you go to that, it brings up everything. You can join my email community, and just kind of see what I'm up to. I always tell people follow me on Instagram if for nothing more than you get to see my dog. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as we chat about your dog, what is your dog's name?
Stella. Uh,
I'm a Stella too.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
is so
Stella's
exciting.
she's sleeping right now, so we're gonna try to not say it super loud because this will become her Broadway debut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, Lisa, this has been great, and from my Stella to your Stella and all of us at the Good Neighbor podcast, we wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Aw, thanks so much, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpnepa.com. That's gnpnepa.com. Or call 570-908-4334.